Hi everybody! This video is a short sample from our workshop on persuasive messages. In this video, I'll cover some tips on creating a stronger, more persuasive tone. If you find the information in this video helpful, consider signing up for the full workshop on our site. And if you want feedback on a persuasive message you're working on, you can always schedule a consultation with us. The first step in creating an effective tone in persuasive messages is to make sure it's audience focused. Yes, you are trying to convince the audience to do or agree with something that benefits you. However, to best persuade an audience, you need to tailor that message and subsequently the tone to that specific audience. We call this a you perspective, but that may not necessarily mean using the word you over and over again. Instead, you'll want to think about some key aspects of the audience. Things like their benefits, concerns, constraints, motivations. Think about what the audience will gain from agreeing with your persuasive message. One thing that may be helpful is to do an audience analysis before you write. Take a few minutes and jot down some key features of the audience. What do they care about in this situation? What would motivate them to your side? What questions do they have right before the message? What questions would they have while reading the message or right after they finish reading the message? Speaking of reading the message, is the audience expecting the message or is this coming out of the blue? If they skim the message, where are their eyes looking first? How many similar messages will yours be competing with? The better you know the audience, the better you can tailor the message to that audience, and the more persuasive your message will become. Let's think about a cover letter for a job real quick. Rather than say how you'll benefit from the position, talk about what you can bring to the company or why you'll be successful at that position. Essentially, a cover letter is you saying, pick me over those other candidates. Next, try to use more active language. Let's look at these two sentences. The first one is more active. For one, it's an active voice. We can clearly see the subject right in the beginning of the sentence, and it's clear who specifically needs the money manager. By using active voice, there's also a stronger sense of urgency. That need is placed right in the beginning of the sentence. When checking for active voice, make sure that your subject is clearly stated and that the verb follows pretty quickly after that subject. The last way to enhance the tone of a persuasive message is to revise for confidence. Personally, this is something I tend to struggle with. It can be real hard to find the line between arrogant or cocky and confident. One easy fix is to remove what I'll call hedge words. These are words like should, would, could, believe, feel, and think. They often denote possibility or are used to express an opinion. Let's look at the same active sentence from above, but now with the hedge word, believe. The need for a new money manager could always be argued, but by using believe, that first sentence sounds way more opinionated and just not as confident. Have one read through where you look for those words. In fact, I often have a list of them by my side to remind myself what I'm looking for. Now, a quick word of caution. Sometimes we do need those words either to soften the tone a bit or to talk about something in the future. I certainly don't want you to scrub all instances of would, could, or believe from your writing. Instead, I just want you to be a bit more intentional with their use. When you find them, ask yourself what is changed or lost if you take that word out. If the meaning is still accurate, but the tone is a bit more confident, you might not need that word there. However, if the meaning actually shifts or changes once we take that word out, it's possible that word needs to stay. I hope you found this discussion of persuasive tone helpful. Our full persuasive message workshop goes into way more detail about utilizing rhetorical strategies and using a variety of attention getters. You can sign up for our full workshop through our website. And if you're working on a persuasive message and just want some feedback, don't hesitate to sign up for a consultation with us. Thanks for watching.